Hi there. I hope that you are doing wonderfully. It's time for another sermonette by Sister Robinette. It's been a while, but I have something in my heart that I've been wanting to share. A while back, a few months back actually, there was lots going on in the world. Still is, like for real. But at this time, there was lots of protests happening and riots and lots of fear. And I just noticed that there was so much fear happening and people hurting and I wanted to do something about it, and I was searching for answers. I was searching for local groups that were having prayer meetings. I saw some local protests, which was fantastic. But in my opinion, my best way to protest is prayer. So I was looking for something around, maybe a group of churches getting together for prayer, and I didn't find it. And so I thought and prayed about it and created one. So I talked to one of my sisters. Shout out to Ginger, she's amazing. And we got together and we decided to have an event called Prayer on the Square. And it was really great, y'all. About 30 people showed up, and there was lots of kids there, which was beautiful to see. And we started out with me just kind of sharing my heart and letting them know why I felt called to do this. And then we walked around for about 15 minutes and came back together and had like this beautiful powwow session. We just kind of um we shared our thoughts, we shared our hearts, we other people prayed, we even broke out into spontaneous worship. It was beautiful, and everyone was so excited about it. They're like, we should do this more often. I said, hey, I can create this prayer on the square group. They're like, yeah, let's do it. I said, okay, I'll invite you all. I'll send out a survey on what times would be the best. Yeah, let's do it. I left there feeling so like hype and so like, yeah, and just on fire. And the next week, a group of churches did schedule a prayer meeting. And a friend of mine said, Robin, they did this because of you. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. Like, look at the, domino effect. This is amazing. So I created the group and put the little survey, and 5 people responded. And I was like, okay, created the event for the next month. And no one showed up except for myself and my sister. And so, okay. So we walked around, we prayed, we sat and chat and hashed out some ideas about what to do next time. Like maybe people don't feel comfortable walking around praying. Maybe people want to just share the request. And so we thought about, keeping a little bag for and writing prayer requests here and leaving like little cards for them to write their prayer request on. We were so excited about it. So the next month comes and I, had the event. And unfortunately, this time, not even my sister could come. So it was just me. And I set up the little bag with little cards and a pen for prayer request and walked around. And I have to admit, I was fighting back tears. I was like, what am I doing? Like, did God really call me to do this? Did I really hear God? I was kind of baffled and just like, ugh. But I kept walking around and walked around for about 15 minutes and prayed and sat down and read some scriptures, right next to that little lonely bag. And then I had an aha moment. I felt, you know, God asking me, will you stay faithful when no one's watching? You know, um, are you gonna do what I called you to do when no one's paying attention? Will you do it for an audience of one? I was so moved by that. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going. And I thought about the scriptures in Luke 16:10, where it says, he who was faithful in what is least will also be faithful in much. Kind of a paraphrase version. And in Zechariah 4:10 it says, for who has despised the day of the small things. And I decided right then and there, you know what? I will not despise the small things. I will be faithful in the least. And I'm going to keep having those monthly prayer meetings, even if I'm the only one who attends. Because we need to make sure we do what God calls us to do, no matter what. It's not about an audience. You don't have to post it to prove it. You don't have to wait for a certain amount of likes or a certain amount of followers. You do what God's called you to do because He asked you to do it. It's all about pleasing God, not pleasing people. I don't know what God's going to do with this, but I know that I'm going to keep going month after month and praying on that square. And no matter what happens, I have to remember that I'm doing it for God. I hope this blesses you. Remember, Jesus loves you, and I do too. Please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.